Chapter 1084. Michael frowned and said, "Could it be that Elaine and Alex are so cheap?" Lucy said, "I can trouble them in other places, besides, the Whale family is going to kill them behind the scenes. Enmity can definitely be reported, but that matter should never be mentioned again." In fact, Lucy still has a worry in her heart. If she mentions the black coal kiln, and then brings out the past with the supervisor, how can she gain a foothold in the Richard family? Michael heard what she said also made sense, nodded lightly and said, "Okay, then everyone will understand and pretend to be confused about this matter." The next day, the Richard family of 5 returned to Orris Hill in the Whale family's car. On the way back, the Whale family did not arrange a private jet to send them. They did not even arrange a Bentley, but directly sent a Polo. Mrs. Richard is very dissatisfied with this Polo. "When we came, Bentley went to the airport, private jet to South Haven, and then Bentley to Wales Villa. The specs and pomp is really impressive and enjoyable. Now it's fine, and I just got a broken car worth $200,000 or $300,000, and dismissed the family of 5. The feeling of sitting in this car is very different from that of Polo." But because the driver of Whale's family was driving in the car, she just dared not say anything. It takes about 4 or 5 hours to drive from South Haven to Orris Hill, so when they arrived in Orris Hill, it was past noon. The driver sent them to the gate of Beacon Top, gave them several sets of access control cards and keys, and said to them, "Mr. Whale's intention is to let you live in today and invest in the affairs of your Richard group. He will send someone tomorrow. Come and deal with it." "Great." Lady Richard was very excited, nodded and said, "Thank you, Mr. Whale, for helping us. Tell him, we will definitely live up to his expectations." The driver nodded and drove away. The 5 members of the Richard family swiped the access card and stepped into the Beacon Top Villa area. When I came to Beacon Top again, each of them was very embarrassed. When they came to Beacon Top the past few times, they were very jealous and hated in their hearts. Now 30 years in Hadong and 30 years in Heshi, they also have a Beacon Top A-class villa. The most exciting of these is Mrs. Richard. She is looking forward to living in the Beacon Top. She has been looking forward to it for a long time. So the Lady Richard walked in the middle, grandson Harold and granddaughter Olivia supported her on the left and right sides. Michael and Lucy also held hands with each other, looking affectionate. Mrs. Richard felt that her current self was like the Empress Dowager Cixi back then, walking in such an ultra-luxury villa area. It was really majestic and full of self-confidence. Excited, she couldn't help sighing, "It would be great if I could meet the BTCH Elaine. I want to make her feel uncomfortable." Olivia smiled and said, "Grandma, don't forget, her leg was kicked off by you. I guess she is crying on the bed at home right now." Everyone laughed. Harold suddenly pointed to the side of the green belt on the roadside ahead, and a woman with a one-handed crutches blurted out, "Damn, isn't that the BTCH Elaine?"